Hey guys, it's Funny here, and I'm going to talk to you about the market that I did on December 1st. And this market was, in the end, a complete flop. Honestly, I almost want to call it a scam. What happened? It was supposed to be my biggest market. It seemed like it was going to be really huge. It had a pretty high vendor fee. It seemed to have a lot of vendors. It had over 100. It was in a very busy, very populated city. And so I thought it was going to be really, really great. And it was not. It was really bad. It was really bad. Honestly, there were tons of times when it was just completely dead. Nobody was making any sales. Honestly, the booths that seemed to have the most interest from shoppers were the jewelry booths and the jewelry ones alone. And even then, I only really saw them making a handful of sales. So it was really bad. That's just the only way I can sum it up. I'm not going to say who the organizers are in this video, but if you go to my social media, it will not be hard to figure out who they were, and I would definitely advise against ever doing a market with these guys. It was just not well done or well advertised because it had such low attendance and poor sales for everyone involved. Also, again, big shout out to my mom for coming to help me and filming. She still admits she has no idea what she's doing, but I appreciate her all the same, and I think she did a really great job. So there were two things I did for this market that were a bit different. One, I made up business cards to hand out. I hadn't really needed them at previous markets in the community I used to live in. Honestly, it was a struggle to get people to take things for free. You would offer it to them and they would say no, they don't want it. But I did notice at my previous market that a lot of people were asking for business cards, so I had them made up and I did hand out about 25. The second thing that's a little different is I got a lamp. I happened to stumble across this rechargeable LED battery powered lamp at Winners the day before the market. And it's a nice classic style, which I think fits really well for somebody selling books, as opposed to the more common modern ones you see. It was really great. The battery or the light lasts for about 5 hours before it starts to really dim, which is actually good for most markets. This market was honestly 7 hours long, so it didn't last the entire length. But for the majority of markets, it is a pretty good lamp. And I actually then later went and got a second one. So this footage of shoppers took me a few tries to get because this is honestly the busiest that it looked throughout the entire day. It never got any busier than this, but I have a lot of B-roll footage of less shoppers that I decided not to share. And so there wasn't really a huge crowd, there weren't a lot of sales, and in the end, a lot of the vendors ended up packing up early. It's usually common at events like this to be told that if you pack up early, you're not going to be welcomed back. But this event was supposed to end at 7 p.m. and come 6 o'clock, majority of the other vendors were packing up and heading out, and a couple even actually got started and left around 5. So that shows you how absolutely abysmal the sales were, that everyone was leaving early. The other vendors I talked to were struggling to make any sales as well. So really, it was just a complete disaster. I'm not going to share any sales stats for this video because it was just a complete and utter flop. I don't think I need to get into it. But again, I'm going to reiterate that this market, which was held in the GTA, so you'd think it would be big, was not. It was a nightmare, and I would not go with these vendors again. So lesson learned, I'm going to stick to smaller, more local markets in more artsy communities.